So I have to tell y'all about my love for cooking outside, but also for just one skillet meals. Especially like me and Danny, it's just the two of us. So we're going to be cooking some Cowboy Hash for two. Welcome to Whippoorwill Holler. I'm Miss Lori and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us. I'm just going to cut up a few bell peppers out of my garden. I've got a green bell pepper, and I love red bell peppers. I think they're just a little bit sweeter than your green. So we're just going to chunk these up. I like to cut them in bite-sized pieces because they do cook up pretty good. Going to chunk up some onions. I'm going to cut up a whole onion. It's about a medium onion. It's just a sweet Vidalia. Use whatever you got, whichever onions you like, whatever you grew out of the garden. Onion gives everything a wonderful taste. And did you know that onions are good for you? Now, I figured that 2 big potatoes and 1 medium would make plenty for me and Mr. Brown because we're cooking for 2 today. So I don't want to cook up too much, but Mr. Brown loves fried potatoes. And I'm just using some red potatoes. You can leave the skin on if you want, but I'm going to peel the skin off. These are store-bought potatoes. They're not out of the garden, so not real sure about the skin and pesticides. So I'm just going to chunk these up, cut them in bite-sized pieces. If you want to make them cook up faster, you can just dice them up in smaller pieces. But I kind of like bite-sized pieces when I'm doing a 1 skillet meal like this. Just makes it a little bit more heartier. But it does take a little bit more time for the potatoes to cook up. So if you're cooking for more than just 2 people, you'll probably want to cut up at least a couple more potatoes if you're feeding 3 to 4 people. So this is our chorizo. This chorizo is in the casing. Most chorizos that you buy are not in a casing. They're just, when you open it up, it's just kind of crumbles into your skillet. I found these at my local Harps grocery store. I don't know if Walmart or anybody else has them. Now this is a 12-ounce package of chorizo. So I'll probably just cook up 6 ounces. That'll give, 3 ounces per person. And I'm just going to cut them up in chunks. Bite-sized pieces. If you want it to be a little bit heartier, meatier, you can cut up a little bit more chorizo and put it in there. chorizo gives the meal just a wonderful taste. I've got some different ingredients I'm going to be using than maybe your normal hash, but there's also some things that you can substitute in here too if you wanted to. But I absolutely love one pot and one skillet meals. And I love cooking outside, so I'm bringing y'all with me today, and we're going to cook us up some cowboy hash for two. So in my iron skillet, I'm going to use some bacon grease. You can use olive oil or whatever you cook with. I'm going to put a good tablespoon. Now cooking for two, of course, it being very frugal for one thing, because you're not wasting a lot of ingredients. So what I like to do is measure out what I think me and Mr. Brown will eat. And since this is a one skillet meal, it's going to have my protein, my vegetables, my starch all in one pan. So that's why I thought, well, 2 large potatoes and a medium should be plenty. So I'm just heating my grease up here. Now a lot of people might parboil their potatoes before they fry them up. I don't want to mess up any more pots and pans than I need to, so they'll just go in here. Sometimes some people will cook their onions and bell peppers separate from their potatoes. I don't do that. I like to cook them all together. It gives them potatoes a really good taste. Plus they kind of cook up together and get done about the same time. And then your onions have time to caramelize too. So I think my skillet's hot enough. So I've got the potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper my potatoes. And I've got my onions and my bell peppers. And we're going to put them all in this one skillet together, and we're going to cook them at the same time. My chorizo, which is what we're going to be using in our hash today, I'm not going to put in there right now till my potatoes start getting a little bit tender. And then I've got some garlic here. I'm going to go ahead and cover my chorizo up. I'm going to stir this just a little bit. I'm going to flatten it out in my pan, and then I'm going to put a lid on it. I'm going to let that cook just like that for about 6 minutes. Our potatoes have been cooking about 6 minutes, and they've been steaming and getting soft. So I'm going to take the lid off, and now we're going to start browning. I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit. Now, let this brown just a little bit, then we're going to add our chorizo to it. It won't take the chorizo very long to cook. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more salt and pepper. And I'm not going to add my garlic just yet. I'm going to let this brown just a little bit. Now if you need to, you can add just a little bit more bacon grease or whatever that you're using. I'm going to add just a little bit more to mine since I've got to cook up this chorizo. Now my chorizo, usually when you buy chorizo in the grocery store, it's just, you just open it up and it kind of crumbles up and use it in all kinds of recipes. This chorizo is in a casing, so it holds its form really well. So we're just going to add it to our Now, if you can't find the chorizo in the casing, just use the other. It'll be fine. It might crumble up a little bit, but it'll be hash, won't it? Now, what's so beautiful about using chorizo? It's got a lot of paprika in it, garlic, red pepper flakes. And all that paprika, as this is cooking with the potatoes, is going to just come out of that chorizo a little bit, and it's going to get into your potatoes and your bell peppers, and it's just going to season up them potatoes so good. That's why I like using chorizo. But I also like using kielbasa too. Now, if you want to, if you like a lot of heat and a lot of spice, you can add some red chili flakes to this, some jalapenos, chopped up jalapenos, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and add, this is a couple of teaspoons of minced roasted garlic. Go ahead and add that to it. And I'm going to let this cook for another 15 minutes or so, just till my chorizo is done. And then our hash will be ready to eat.
Cowboy Hash.
I like the way that chorizo puts all that paprika on your potatoes. It gives the potatoes really good taste.
That tastes really good.
Does it make you feel like a cowboy?
I always feel like a cowboy.
I've done my job then.
Yippee-ki-yo, yippee-ki-yo.
Yep.